On June 21, 2024, at around 3 a.m. local time, a metro line that was under construction suddenly collapsed. As seen from pictures, there was a big cave-in in the road, and it was empty underneath. Both sides of the road are residential high-rises, which are only about a meter away from the collapsed site. A resident in the vicinity said that at about 4 a.m. on June 21st, he got woken up by the property management company and was told to evacuate urgently. So were the residents of the nearby neighborhood. Some residents had already checked into a hotel. One netizen said the ground collapsed and the surrounding high-rises are also in danger. Another said, "If I lived next door, I'd be scared shitless." One added, "In China, you are living with ticking bombs." In a news release, Chengdu Railway Construction Company said, 2 water mains broke naturally nearby, causing a 12-meter-long roadway collapse. A netizen questioned, "The bursting pipes can blow such a big hole in the ground. What did the water pipes transport? Explosives?" People describe the road surface as it's thinner than a thin crisp. Has the Chengdu underground been hollowed out? Another person pointed out, that also proves that the road construction has cut a lot of corners. The quality of these projects should have been investigated a long time ago. Tofu-dregs. Here is a video that shows a collapsed highway. Starting from the hole in the middle, the road kept falling apart. A vehicle was coming towards it from the tunnel across. The situation looked heart-wrenching. This is a video from 2021. A truck was backing up and the asphalt on the road was stuck to its tires. If you think this is an isolated case, have a look at this. This is a road in Dongguan, Guangdong province. A big hole appeared on the road and a truck got stuck in it. In January 2024, a road collapsed in Xi'an, Shanxi province. A car sunk in and became stuck. The crowd observed that the road was virtually empty underneath. Here is a video from May 2023. A pothole suddenly appeared on a road in Beijing. A girl riding a bicycle fell into it, knocking out several teeth. She was pulled out by a passerby. This is the Grand Beijing. This is the north gate of a Beijing market. How strange. She lost several teeth. She rode fast and went straight into the pit before seeing it. It seems that tofu-dreg roads have spread to the capital, Beijing. In May 2024, a highway in Hunan was closed after cracks appeared on the road surface. As the picture shows, the asphalt pavement of the highway has many cracks, some of which are even over a meter long. It's reported that over 1.4 billion was invested in its construction, and it's been less than 2.5 years since it was officially opened. It's another tofu-dreg project. Staff at the local Traffic and Transportation Bureau confirmed cracks in the road surface, and when asked why, the staff replied, "It rained pretty hard." The public finds it hardly convincing. One individual asked, "Should we build a canopy over the highway?" The other individual questioned, "How did it pass the inspection?" Someone else said, "Behind every tofu-dreg project is a group of corrupt people." In a more dramatic case, a truck was moving along a road when the road suddenly collapsed and the truck went straight in. If tofu-dreg roads and highways are alarming, so are China's tofu-dreg bridges. In August 2023, an ex-platform account, Old Driver, published a post saying, "Look at the tofu-dreg's piers from the so-called infrastructure powerhouse China. Have a look. How long can they last?" The related video shows that the piers of the bridge became detached from the bridge by the rolling flood waters, and some of the piers were already swept away. The ex-user continued to say, "A bridge in Baoding, Hebei collapsed. Modern tofu-dreg bridges are far inferior to ancient stone bridges." On February 19, 2023, the Butou Bridge in Guangxi province collapsed, shocking the public. The bridge cost nearly $2 million to build and was open to traffic less than 8 years ago. The public generally suspected the construction had cut corners. On March 29, 2023, Xinxing Bridge collapsed in Heilongjiang province. Online video shows that piers 2 and 3 of the bridge collapsed completely. It's horrifying to watch, and many ice chunks were flowing through underneath the bridge. Netizens have expressed skepticism about the quality of the bridge. One person said, "I don't doubt the power of the ice chunks, but the quality of the bridge." Some netizens who are familiar with construction said, "It should be a Category 3 bridge. Bridge inspectors should be able to see the ice impacting on the bridge. It's inspected roughly once a week, or is it in a relatively remote area and didn't get inspected?" Some people raised the jerry building phenomena. The design didn't take into account the ice chunks, which had to be for the sake of cutting cost. The term jerry building means that businessmen secretly lower the quality of their products to make huge profits, as can be seen in China's construction of everything from roads and highways to bridges and other buildings that are closely related to people's lives. China's Tofu-dreg construction has been a major eye-opener. A video posted on the internet shows that on July 20th, 2023, workers were eating in a cafeteria when the floor collapsed, and the workers fell in. People have to help them out of the hole. It seems that the workers' cafeteria cut corners too. It's really dangerous. A netizen teased, "Why don't we see leaders fall into a pit?" This is a good question. It reminds us of what happened after the Wenchuan earthquake in Sichuan in 2008. According to Chinese media reports, the earthquake in Wenchuan had a magnitude of 8.2, and about 216,000 buildings collapsed, including close to 7,000 school buildings. However, the government buildings remained safe and sound, which indicated that there was jerry building in the construction of schools there. The government buildings were constructed properly with quality materials. In 2009, Tsinghua University released a report on the flow of funds donated to the victims of the Wenchuan earthquake. It said that as of November 2008, China's total donations to the Wenchuan disaster area amounted to nearly US $8 billion. This hasn't included the donations from Chinese around the world. A few years later, Chinese media reported that the huge sums of money donated to Wenchuan had been misused, embezzled, and spent in a non-transparent manner. In 2013, a report from the Sichuan Provincial Public Prosecutor's Office showed that 343 people were investigated and convicted of crimes related to the Wenchuan earthquake reconstruction. And in 2010, China's Audit Commission reported that about 800 million of reconstruction money had been used illegally. Chinese officials reported that nearly 70,000 people were killed in the Wenchuan earthquake and that direct economic losses amounted to over 116 billion. The public believes that the real death toll is much higher. Post-quake reconstruction requires money in many areas, but the money that comes from within China and from overseas donations had been embezzled. If this kind of money can be embezzled under the watchful eye of the central government, imagine how much of the regular construction money has gone into the pockets of corrupt officials and developers. Here, on June 21, 2024, a scaffolding collapsed, injuring 6 people. The online video shows the scene in a state of disarray and a woman crying her heart out. Oh my goodness, it's scary. It really hit someone. Someone is screaming. It really hit someone. Oh my goodness. Come quick, help. Call the police. It's dangerous there. It collapsed there. Someone was injured and is screaming. Also in June, in another city, Wuhan, this high-rise residential building was seen swaying in the wind, looking quite dangerous. They are certainly not the first buildings to sway. 2 of the more well-known shaky buildings in the last 2 years are from Shenzhen. On May 18, 2023, at local time 11:30 p.m., the Baifusheng building in Shenzhen suddenly vibrated and shook, and strange noises were heard. The residents were frightened and fled the building. People described in the online video, the whole building in Longgong, Shenzhen was shaking. All the people in the building rushed down, but they didn't see any earthquake warning. What on earth just happened? One resident said he lived in the area. When he evacuated in the middle of the night, he found out they were digging the road for LRT in front of the building, and when it reached a depth of 27 meters, the ground sank and roads and buildings cracked. Now the experts are evaluating the buildings. Shenzhen residential property Baifusheng building has located the source of abnormal noise. The rebars are bending out of the building. A resident said there had been crews drilling nearby. No one knows what it was for, and it's been drilling for 2 years. It could be for the subway, but the drilling stopped once the building shook. This building is now basically abandoned. One netizen pointed out that this incident is very similar to the previous case of the shaky SEG building. Shenzhen has built a lot of skyscrapers with very deep foundations, which has led to the underground being hollowed out. A few years ago, there was a building vibration in Huaqiang Bay, a national hub for electronics in Shenzhen. Someone else added, "The building near my company is being demolished, and my company's building is shaking too." On May 18, 2021, the 79-story SEG building in Shenzhen's Futian district suddenly shook so violently that 15,000 people in the building evacuated the building. On social media, it's revealed that during the panic escape, people lost their shoes. Behind China's Tofu-dreg construction is the rapid buildup of wealth by officials and developers. Builders need to spend a lot of money to bribe leaders at all levels during construction, and this money comes from the construction funds, including construction materials and workers' wages. So construction funds have been offered to officials at all levels, leaving insufficient resources for the actual construction. Corners have to be cut, resulting in poor quality. All kinds of problems appear thereafter. Officials at all levels see contractors and construction projects as sweet cakes that everyone wants a piece of. In this environment, not only is the quality of the work a cause of concern, but many migrant workers who work hard at construction sites don't get their wages after completing the work. Some end up having no money for the Chinese New Year as they are at the bottom of the social ladder. Jiang Zemin, the former CCP chief who ruled China for over 30 years, told his officials to make fortunes by keeping quiet. So, during these 30 years, corruption has gone out of control and is found in virtually every field and every corner. The Tofu-dreg construction is only a snapshot of what's happening in China. That's all for today. If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.